231?
3/4.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing. Is that the one that goes in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the longest one. And then this one is the
Is that here? Maybe need 2 pieces? Or maybe I could notch it out right there. I bet I can notch it out to make it fit. This one probably won't have to be notched, but that one. Listen, yeah. So we got all the base angles all cut, kind of put in place. And today I'm going to drill everything out and then mount these in there. And I think how I'm going to make sure that they are flush with the ledge is I'm going to do this right here. Probably clamp a couple of pieces of scrap here so that it keeps it really where it needs to go. Another thing that I'm not really sure about is the corner down here. This has got this piece right here that's going to go here. Drip edge, whatever you want to call it. And my thought was, does it go all the way across here? It can't because of the door. Do I just take it and cut it down here? Do I fold this back? Do I just put it to the edge like this and leave all of this kind of crappiness out there? So I'm going to figure something out there. I took a piece of that home to see what I needed to do on the corner, and most of that corner on the bottom down there doesn't show because of the corner trim that fits here. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do there, but I'll record it so y'all can see. There's really not a whole lot about putting any of that stuff down there, and it's not a big deal if that just stops right there and I continue it over. But I think what I'll probably do is I'll find a way to come around the corner and then slice it a little bit, fold it over, and then this right here, this J-trimmer on this door, is going to sit like this. And you know, that would probably be okay to stop that right there flush. I just don't like the way that looks. I guess I could kind of round it. I'd really like for this piece here to continue all the way down. Oh, I locked it so nobody'd get in. it might be a lot of trouble to take this piece, cut it here, make a bend midway, and then tuck it underneath the threshold. That's what I'm going to try to do. At any rate, let's get started on it real quick. Also, I almost forgot to mention here, these garage door openings right here, that shows. All of this is going to show. And I bought some gray paint to paint those with. And I think I'm going to start with that first. It matches all the trim. The gray paint matches the trim. I've got to paint this opening, that opening, and then we'll catch this opening over here. And you guys, yeah, I know they make 8-inch trim that goes over that I could match. You know, it didn't come with a kit. That would have been extra. And I really don't know. I don't know if the paint was $40. I don't know that trim that fits around here. It would be 90 feet of that 8-inch wide trim. As much as trim costs, as much as everything costs these days, it'd probably be more than 40 bucks. So let's paint that first, and then I'll start working on this stuff right down here, all the way around. I'm going to use a Scotch-Brite pad on this with some lacquer thinner, and we'll see if that comes off with a Scotch-Brite pad right there. Scuff it up. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's wipe it down with some lacquer thinner here real quick. Just kind of get the dust off it. So I think that's going to look pretty good, guys. And that is darn close to the trim color too. I'm going to finish all 3 openings, and I'll get y'all back here when I'm finished doing this real quick. All right, well, I got 2 coats put on there, and I tell you, it looks pretty good. I got this painted up all the way around here, around that 10-footer, and around this 10-footer. That rolling it on wasn't too bad, I tell you. But I feel better about having that painted. So let's get started on these base angles. You know what, I think I'll start right here by the door, work my way that way. All right, so I'm thinking I've got 100 of these little anchors, right? And I want to spread them out pretty evenly. I don't want to run out, and I don't want to leave any extras. So they say, I think, every 12 inches apart. So I'm going to start spreading these things out around the edge of the building and see if I can get them spread out properly. Woo, I got 4 left. How about that? And we'll measure these out and get them fairly spread. I'm going to keep these 3 extras in case I mess one up. How about that? 53 divided by 3 equals 17.6. Okay, so there's 2 inches, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half. That leaves me with 2.5 inches. Pretty close. Make sure this goes through there. Good. Let's grab these 2 scraps. So I don't know how important it is for this base angle to be up to the edge like this, but that's where I'm going to do it. Well, let's mark the depth of this so we can get them the same. A touch deeper. Right there. Right? Yeah. This one first. And then this one. Looks like I need a deep socket. Maybe knock that down. I don't know. Let's try it. Never put one in before. I guess so, like that. I wonder if this stuff gets riveted on there. Maybe I'll put a screw or 2 to hold it in place. That looks good. Guys, let me show you. You might have seen me grinding on this concrete, and let me show you why. I mean, it's probably not really necessary, I don't know, but I'm just cleaning up a little bit of what was left down here on the bottom. Hey, let me show you this here real quick. So you can see right here, I'm knocking some of that off right there. Anything that's high up on this top ledge, and it's not real bad right here. Let me find a spot that I don't like. See that right here? No likey. You know, kind of like this right here. Look at. I want to clean some of this up. Maybe level that out. Some of this right here. And I am trying to get in here and clean some of this up around the garage door openings. So I'm going to continue all the way around over here. I'm going to get this whole area and come around there. And when I get to the end, I'll put the camera back on it when I'm finishing off. So we'll see you guys in just a few seconds. That's it. Whew. All right, let's grab a few pieces of this base trim. Let's see if we can figure out how it goes. And I think we'll start on the back side in case I mess it up. We won't see it so much. So I'm thinking it comes right to the edge of this, and the J trim will fit right over top of that. So I'm thinking what I've seen is an angle cut here, and then open this hem up down here and slide it in. Let's try that. Like that. See if I can figure this turn out. Well, I did make a pattern right here. Don't know if it's real necessary. None of this here is going to show, just this corner. So let's try it. Bent, and we just left a little bit edge here. That's got to get cut, and then we left a little bit here. So out, 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 and out. Here. All right, let's try that. This is all going to come out, so we'll make it a little smaller, easier to bend. And then this is going to come out. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Looks like I cut a little relief out of this. And out of this. I realize that this won't bend properly because of this angle, but I want to keep it together like that. And there's my 45. So let's go put that on that corner. Kind of like that. work. Yeah, I think so. So that's not terrible. I think on the next one, maybe I won't bend this piece underneath it quite as much. And let me show you how a piece of corner trim is going to fit on that. So it's going to fit just like that, and just that little bit of a 45 there on the edge is going to show. Yep, that'll work. Well, so I really don't want that to end right there. I would rather it go back maybe there. So let me see. I am going to stop flush right here. So I'm going to take a piece, see how it ends up over here. Maybe it'll end up in that right spot. Let's try that. Yeah, that's how I should do it, is like that. And then I'll cut this one. I'll cut this one back over here where it was at. Something like that. So when I was measuring this, I didn't compensate for what was happening on the corner, and this ended up way over here like this. So maybe I can use this in another spot. Well, hell, what's that look like with the trim there? Yeah, I'm just not gonna like that. Let's try that over again. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that's perfect. So on this, I think I'll probably take this and fold it back to put underneath this frame, and then see if I can tuck it up underneath the threshold. So let's mark that. I'll mark that bend. Measure it. Let's measure it. think that's going to work. Let's take the plastic off and cram it underneath there. Okay, so that looks pretty good over there. I think what I'm going to do now is we're just going to attach this last piece on this side, and I'm going to work my way all around the building.